Hello folks, welcome to a little bit of a live stream here. We're going to try and beat the old time from last night's Dutch Grand Prix qualifying session. The ACFL F1 2025 car. We're going to do a bit of a reconnaissance lap. Let Assetto Corsa load in properly. Time does take a few seconds for everything to load in correctly and stop jumping around, get a stable frame rate. We have turned off tyre wear and fuel consumption, so we can just do a cool down lap after each fast lap. They have to save redoing everything. First lap or two will just be to get the tyre pressure set correctly. You've got a little widget on the screen there that will let us know which way to go on tyre pressure, so everything's all nice and green. Fantastic circuit in Zandvoort. Obviously a very historic venue. Grand Prix racing has been here for a very long time, of course, but with a bit of a gap there for quite a few years. The 108.662 is the time to go for. Oscar Piastri beating the all-time lap record set back in 2021 by Verstappen. We'll use the energy up there to turn off the active ERS deployment, so we'll do another lap, let everything build back up. Recovery. We are on the correct C4 tyre. Using the little widget that comes with ACFL, set the right three tyres. In this case, the C2, C3 and C4 for the weekend. I do find it quite hard to keep the high line through the banking there compared to real life. And just a bit of a generic setup I do for most of the F1 cars I drive. I have to go up a little bit on the aero after we do a lap or two. Building up that energy nicely, we'll be able to put it into full beans mode at some point. Yeah, third gear through the chicanes that most drivers appear to be using over the weekend. It's a fantastic corner, this second to last one. Went on to the big banking. DRS open when you can. Give it the full beans. Should be able to keep the ERS open deployed for most of the lap. It's quite a few opportunities to gain some energy back under braking. I don't envisage too much switching around of deployment modes. Well, I'm saying that we are quite low already halfway through the lap. Absolutely dominating last night. Very close between the two drivers, but the rest of the field, chalk and cheese. Alright, so 111, so we'll just let everything back off. Get back into recovery mode. Check I've got everything set up in Fanatec correctly as well. We have. Yep, perfect. Alright, so from the widget we can see left side tyres are coming down a couple of PSI, so we might go back to the pits and adjust that. Using this my wife's spare keyboard, the escape key is in a different spot. Jumping tyres will lower that three, that one by 2. The right rear looked okay. Couple down, front left. Alright, let's try that. Okay, in recovery mode. Not wasting any energy throughout the lap. We go again. Popular spot with Bennett at the banking this weekend. On that middle sector of the lap. There's a portaloo on the right hand side that I'll use as the brake marker for that left-hander. Very easy to lose it off that at the second part of the chicane as well. I'll give it the full beans, give it the DRS. Stutter there from the game, that doesn't help. Back onto attack mode, we'll briefly go into race mode there just to try and save a fraction of energy where we can. Touching the grass there as well, unfortunately. Big bump in the corner there, another big stutter from the game, that's super annoying. Back that off. So my Assetto Corsa does have a tendency to do that for a few minutes. These random stutters at the most inappropriate times. Still see from our widget from that half a lap that the tire pressure is still too high anyway in the front left. 2 ops corners look pretty good, so I'll bring that down by a couple. Also on the right rear. Back in the recovery mode, do another lap. Crash out a bit more, damage it off too, of course. Just hot lapping, so turn all the stuff off that gets annoying, like fuel use and tyre wear. So there's one lap shootouts. Hopefully some of those little micro stutters from the game can just slightly go away. There's a feature of my Assetto Corsa there that little micro stutters make their way in at most inappropriate times. Alright, let's wind it up. DRS open, back on the attack mode. Back to attack, probably a bit more aggressive through that turn 1 to turn 3 complex. And just planting it through there. These cars are absolutely mental, the modern F1 car. A little bit wide there. Tyre pressure is starting to get into the right range. We're going to run out of energy, I dare say, but we'll just give it another crack now everything's cooled off. Save as much juice as we can. No problem with that car, it's just mega. Just the FOV a little bit, missing our apex every time, that right-hander. Catching the curbs. Pressures look pretty good. So I'm going to drop 3 of them down by 1 more %. 10.1. Drop that one, and that one, and that should be just about perfect, I reckon. Let's save that and do it again. I meant to go back to the pits, not restart session. I may delete those lap times there on my sim hub widget. That's okay. 110.1 what we got down to. Huge bump there in the road as well. Totally unsettles the car. There's a 4 wheel on the right hand side there. It uses that as a brake marker. Alright, so we'll get it back on full attack mode here in a second. Pressures are coming up beautifully on the tyres there. Up off the banking and off we go. Flat out down through here. Empty the tank. 109.0. So we're 0.4 away. A little bit of adjustment, I think, on the FOV as well. Can't quite see over the tyres there. Oh, other way. Alright, let's try that again. temperatures look good on that run. At 0.4 make up. So let's go back to the pits. There's nothing else we can just turn the engine braking a little bit. Help with those flowy sections where you're just coming off the throttle, not really braking as such. Alright. Got 4/10 to find. And that's I think 3 or 4 proper flying laps now. We're going to get a little bit deeper here into the parabolica, and also that tricky little right hander over the back of the circuit after this big flowing section. Right hander I'm braking a smidgen too early for, I reckon. Get everything warmed up. Even this little right hander, just that bump, just a bit unsettling, and this one here definitely a bit more aggressive into there. I reckon that'll be the 0.4 we need to do the lap. Alright, wind it up and get ready to go again. DRS straight away, full attack mode. Brake at the 100 metre board down the turn 1. And just caught the curbing. Alright, at least it'll start a lap. We can just recover energy for the rest of the lap now. Flick it around, put it in 5th gear. Danger here, just touch that curbing just a smidgen. Alright, so we'll keep our energy stores nice and high. It felt good actually, turn 1 till we hit the exit. Trundle around again, try to keep the temperatures in the green. Try again. Alright, let's do turn 1 better than last time. A bit messy through the banking. Well, there's a bit of a lock up, unfortunately. Run out already. .108, 381. So it's pretty easy to beat the lap time, unfortunately, in the car. So we're a few tenths better, and that was a super messy lap as well. Lots of mistakes. So let's now we've done it, let's try set a 107 something, I reckon. update my restream chat here. Everything's cooling down. 08 points was at 381. Alright, so let's cool everything off. Grab some energy stores back. Basically, about 15 minutes to beat the time. The car does have a lot of grip as well. That's something to note. Going to throttle super early with the ACFL car. We'll go for a lap with this amount of energy. We may not get through the whole lap, so we'll reboot it and try and go for an all-out attack. Get most out of deploying the back by the look of it by the time we hit the lines. That's good. Back onto it, super aggressive out of the banking kick. I'm going to call it the parabolica. Of course it's not, it's just a bank corner. For our Portaloo on the side there as our braking marker. Back on attack mode. About to run out of juice though, unfortunately. Final run. Alright, 1090. Alright, let's get back to the pits. A bit more front error. On recovery mode, we'll have a complete full beans lap next time around. I really do think 107 is probably possible. Cut last corners, those radiuses, they come in on you. And tighten on the exits. I don't think I've ever got the chicane right either so far. The entry's been absolutely abysmal, so let's go again. DRS, let's go. Front left tyre absolutely blisteringly red. Across the line, what do we got? 108.5, so that 108.3 was a good lap. Felt easy enough. I think we were up there at one point. I saw a little flash of green down the bottom of the screen as well. It feels better with that horsepower base setting a bit lower. I don't know what it actually does. Save that setup. Feels pretty good. Definitely a better time in that 108.3. Get in and out of the chicane better. And also the banking. It's just about having fun now, trying to see how fast we can go, having beaten the time. Lucky it didn't take too long. Car is fairly easy to drive, the ACFL, definitely a lot harder than the Formula Alpine, for example. Right, get the DRS open, the full beans, we head off again. Mini DRS zone, energy's going pretty well. Into the gravel trap, we'll 0.2 up as well. Alright, so that tells me definitely on for a better lap, so let's reboot the session. So definitely 0.2 up coming out of the chicane before we stacked it a little bit. Definitely a late 107 in the books there to get. Wind it up and we'll try again. Alright, give it a wind up. Front left tyre absolutely on fire already. big understeer through there. Alright, what have we got? 108.8. Cool everything down, we'll go again. Best time so was a 108.3. Definitely beat that. Had a couple of tenths up just previously. Get some energy back here on a cooldown lap and we'll try again. Oh, 8.6. A couple more runs, we can't beat it, we'll stick to the 108.3, that's certainly good enough to grab pole last night. I'll try a lower line down through the big dipper there, turn 3. Let's not do that on the actual lap. Spin, 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 in the words of Murray Walker. Alright, cool jets, and we'll go again. He didn't waste very much energy at all there, and he lasted a couple hundred meters. Such a brilliant circuit, Zandvoort. It's great they go back to these historical sort of places. Right, we'll wind it up again. We've got that energy back. Not a great start to the lap. Bought that one. That was horrible from the start. Just caught it there, just kept it on, thought it was going to go off there. .108.222, so that's a little bit quicker than the one we did last time. Shibano's favourite number, 222. Well, that might do us for the afternoon. We've beaten it. I think there's definitely a 107 in there if you get everything correct. Let's have one more go. One more crack. And we'll call it a day. So any of these fast laps have been particularly clean, all been messy in one way or another. Better exit there out of the Big Dipper. DRS back open again. Oh, 108.094. Well, there you go. There's definitely a 107 in there, but that'll do for this afternoon. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care.